Hi all, welcome to Gallant IAS Botany Optional classes. In this session, we are discussing a previous year question, and the question is tetrapolar heterothalism. And this question which is streamed from the unit 2 of paper 1 from Fungi. So, if the question is asking tetrapolar heterothalism, how can you answer this question? This is a 10-mark question which is asked in 2017 Indian Forest Service mains exam. So, how you can address this question? Before writing tetrapolar heterothalism, on the introductory part, you have to mention what heterothalism is. A brief introduction to heterothalism, define heterothalism. So, that is the introductory part. And you can also mention that Blake Fee, who discovered heterothalism for the very first time, you have to mention that too. And when it comes to the body part, the question is asking tetrapolar heterothalism. Before writing that, you have to mention some other points. So, this heterothalism is having two types. One is the morphological heterothalism and the other one is physiological heterothalism. No need to define what morphological and physiological heterothalism is. Just write that heterothalism is of two types. You can either write as its sentence forms or you can write it in a diagrammatic representation. So, heterothalism is of two types. One is morphological heterothalism and the other one is physiological heterothalism. So, under physiological heterothalism, again it is divided into two. One is two allele heterothalism, and the other one is multiple allele heterothalism. So, write it in a diagrammatic representation. So, under multiple allele heterothalism, again it is divided into bipolar heterothalism and tetrapolar heterothalism. So, bipolar heterothalism and tetrapolar heterothalism. Bipolar and tetrapolar heterothalism. And the question is demanding what tetrapolar heterothalism is. Then you can define what tetrapolar heterothalism is. So, tetrapolar heterothalism which comes under the multiple allele. So, multiple allele is there, different gene loci. So, consider the gene loci are A1 and B1 or A and B. So, multiple allele. So, this is multiple allele. So, it is A1 and A2, here it is B1 and B2. So, the possible gametes are A1 B1, A1 B2, A2 B1 and A2 P2. So, these are the possible alleles or the possible gametes which are formed as a result of this mating. So, in tetrapolar heterothalism, if both the thalli are both the gene loci which are different, then the cross will be compactable. That means, if one is A, it is compactable with B. The A1 form is incompactable. That means A1 B1 is compactable, fully compactable with A2 B2. Here both the gene loci are both A and B. Both the gene loci are different. If it is A1 will not be A1 B1 will not mate with A1 B1. It is only compactable with A2 B2. It is incompactable in A1 B1, which is incompactable with A1 B1. And if A1 B1 A1 B2. Here it is not fully compactable. If the gene loci, if the A gene loci are same, it is called as flat reaction. It is called as flat reaction A1, and if the genes or the loci, both the loci are same A1 and B1, it is called as flat reaction. So in flat reaction it is not fully compactable, not fully compactable. So if the reaction is flat, the Eiffel growth will be minimal. If the reaction is flat, Eiffel growth will be minimal. And next is the barrage reaction. Barrage reaction means A1 B1 A2 B1. Gene loci, B gene loci which are same, it is called as barrage reaction. If the B loci are same, it is called as barrage reaction. And in barrage reaction, growth is there, but when it moves to the point of contact, the growth will stop, the Eiffel growth will stop. So that is a barrage reaction. So here, if both the gene loci are different, it is fully compactable. If any one of the gene loci is different and the other one is same, it is not fully compactable. Compactability is there, but it is not fully compactable. And if A1 and B1 is mating with another A1 and B1, it is incompactable, mating which cannot be takes place. A1 is only compactable with other forms, that is, it is compactable with A2, A3 and A4, but it is not compactable with A1. And here you can represent this tetrapolar heterothallism by using this chart. If the possible mating types are A1 B1, A1 B2, A2 B1 and A2 B2, and A1 B1 is incompactable. If the mating is carried out with A1 and B1, it is incompactable. And here A1 B1 A1 B2. So here the A loci are same. So it is called as flat reaction, FL. And A1 B1 which is mating with A2 B1. So here B1 B1, B loci is same. So it is called as barrage reaction. And A1 B1 which is mating with A2 B2. Here both the gene loci are different. So it is compactable cross, and this is incompactable cross. And both flat and barrage reaction which are not fully compactable. So by this you can address this question. And after return this tabular form, just to give a brief conclusion. So you can write conclude it as this tetrapolar heterothallism which increases the cross breeding chances. The chances for cross breeding which are high in tetrapolar heterothallism. By this you can conclude this question. So this is the way to answer this question. Firstly, you have to mention what heterothallism is, and when it comes to the body part, mention what morphology. No need to define morphological and physiological heterothallism. You have to represent it in a diagrammatic representation or in a or in other creative ways. And when it comes to the tetrapolar heterothallism, we have to define what tetrapolar heterothallism and the reaction, the possible gametes you can represent like this. And at the conclusion part, you can write that this tetrapolar heterothallism increases the chances of crossbreeding. So this is the right way to address this question. Hope you understood it, and we will come up with another previous year question. Stay tuned, and thank you for watching.